trenches. We shall fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is The Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. This piece is from the Gatestone Institute. Links on my site as always. There's a new sheriff in town, that is. In Austria, they have elected a young and on the surface very capable new leader. This is just part of this article, and look him up yourself. What a breath of fresh air in an otherwise lost Europe. Here's the article. A coalition between an anti-immigrant Austrian People's Party and an anti-establishment Austrian Freedom Party has been sworn in as of December 18th. The massive demographic and religious shift underway in Austria, traditionally a Roman Catholic country, appears to be irreversible. Austria has also emerged as a major base for radical Islam. We have a lot in common with Israel. I always say if one defines the Judeo-Christian West, then Israel represents a kind of border. If Israel falls, Europe fails. And if Europe fails, Israel fails. Heinz Christian Strack, leader of the Austrian Freedom Party. Kurz has been a strong critic of German Chancellor Angela Merkel and her open door policy, which has allowed more than 1 million, mostly male migrants from Africa, Asia and the Middle East to enter the country during the last 2 years. During this time, as Foreign Minister, Kurz was instrumental in garnering parliamentary approval of a groundbreaking new law that regulates the integration of migrants, the so-called integration law, which bans full face masks for Muslim males in public spaces and prohibits Islamic radicals from distributing the Quran. It establishes clear rules and responsibilities for recognised asylum seekers and refugees granted legal residence in the country. The new law requires immigrants from non-EU countries to sign an integration contract which obligates them to learn written and spoken German and to enrol in courses about basic values of Austria's legal and social order. Immigrants are also required to acquire knowledge of the democratic order and basic principles derived from it. Previously, Kurz was instrumental in reforming Austria's century-old Islam law, which I won't pronounce, governing the status of Muslims in the country. The new law passed February 2015 is aimed at integrating Muslims and fighting Islamic radicalism by promoting an Islam within the Austrian character. It also stresses that Austrian law must be precedence over Islamic Sharia law for Muslims living in the country. There are now more than 700,000 Muslims in Austria, approximately 8% of the population. And the article goes on. But now, since this piece, he's been in office and he's introduced policies on cracking down on economic migrants and standing up to the EU forced quotas placed on EU members, standing with Poland and Hungary, who refused to enact them. It does seem that the worm is indeed starting to turn, and for our part, Trudeau's Liberal Communist Party in Canada, who's in government, is on borrowed time. Let's hope. You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab and email. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio, that's EHRADIO, A Radio, and please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.